The 365 Pro Wrestling.
365 Nation. I'm here right now with Corey Spade, formerly Corey Hart. He is a man of all trades in 365 Pro Wrestling. Well, I guess PWA Wrestling. He was the referee. He was the manager. He's done music. He's the commissioner. Anything else? He's been a tag team champion.
Well, hello, and thank you for the great introduction, Eddie.
No problem, man. Did I miss anything there? What else have you done?
No, I think we got everything. Referee, manager, tag team champion, wrestler, work the door, sell tickets, put the chairs out. I think I pretty much touched on every job.
I think so, too. And let's tell fans how you all got started in pro wrestling.
Well, like all of us, I loved wrestling from as a little kid. And I really wanted to get in it very badly because when I was first watching wrestling, Hulkamania hadn't happened yet. WrestleMania hadn't happened yet. So I got to experience that as it happened, which blew my mind. I was 11 years old when WrestleMania happened, right?
That's amazing.
So my plan was, I'm going to turn 16. I'm going to leave school. I'm going to go to Calgary and I'm going to find Stu Hart and I'm going to train. I'm going to become a wrestler. But it didn't work out that way. I ended up leaving home at 15 and kind of bumming around and trying to get big. And I thought I was too small and I didn't believe in myself. And I thought there's no way I'm ever going to make it. So I fast forward all the way to like 35 years old and going to a Stampede Wrestling show in Barrie, Ontario. Smith Hart is there and his son, Mike Hart. And I find out where they're training. And it's not that far. It's in Bradford, Ontario at Delph's Gym with cold-blooded Chris Garvin. So I go try out. I join the school and actually debuted in PWA on my 40th birthday.
Really?
Yep.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that was my 40th birthday.
That's amazing. And you debuted alongside Mike Hart, did you not?
Yeah, Mike Hart and his dad was there, Smith Hart.
Yeah.
And it was supposed to be a match against Buck Gunderson, but at the show previous, which was at Delph's Gym, Mike suffered a concussion, so he wasn't going to be able to wrestle. So we kind of did a spot in the ring to set up for the next show and then a run-in later on. But from there, we were off. We were going.
And you two had, along with Smith, had quite a little, and Bryce as well, he was in there for a bit, such a connection with the crowd. It was just people really got into it, and it was pretty special. Talk about that, like your time teaming with Mike and being part of those moments.
Well, it was unbelievable because as it turned out, had I made it out to Calgary, well, I actually did make it out to Calgary. I was there in 2001, but still couldn't get it together with approaching Stu. But had I have, all the people that were there were now here in Ontario. So it was all the same people that I would have run into before. So that was special. And then being in the back hallway there, we had with Mike, we had Bryce, and we had Smith, and we had me, and we're waiting for the music to come on. And it just felt like I was in the Hart Foundation, man. It was a crazy feeling. And I'd almost have to hold tears back because I could hear all the fans cheering for us right before we even came out. And I thought, man, this is unbelievable. They were so good to us right from the get-go.
The fans really did adapt to you guys. I remember nights and nights of Hart, and all the angles we played with it too, to tour with their emotions and the ups and downs. And then finally, Mike got the Ontario Championship.
Yeah, he finally got the redemption against the Lilac family that were bullying him the whole time, which is why I came in to, as his adopted older brother, to come and help out and try to even the odds against Lenny and his crew. And the payoff was great. It was a big crowd. They were so happy. And, Mike really appreciated winning that title. And I was like his real manager. We talked daily. We trained. I helped get him ready and psyched up for the shows. And that was a great experience, that whole ride.
It was a lot of fun. And then Mike had to step away for a bit. Sometimes he does that. He just needs to collect himself and take another journey, so to speak. And that left you still loving wrestling, still wanting to be a part of it, but no longer with Mike Hart. And you end up joining up with Joey Allen. Was it Jimmy King and Joey Allen, or just Joey Allen?
No, it was just Joey Allen. It was, I remember how that started. Yeah, Mike was gone. And I thought, okay, what am I going to do here now? And we had Chris Masters coming in that day. And we're driving to the show with my wife, Irene, who a lot of the fans know, who works at the door. And I said, I don't know really what I'm going to do. Like, Mike's gone and I'm here. I'm not sure what's happening. And get to the show. And here it is. I'm purchasing the contract of Joey Allen from Tex Lexus. And we faced Chris Masters that night. And we never lost another match again over at least a year from that night, winning every championship in PWA, the women's championship, the tag team championship, which I had for 77 days, which was great. And it just goes to show you never know what's going to happen, especially in wrestling. You never know what's going to happen.
It's true. And I really liked you guys together. You guys had a good thing going. You became Corey Spade. Joey Allen went on a monstrous run. He was the everything champion. and then after that, I believe you became commissioner.
Yeah, then it was actually my second run at commissioner because the first time I had quit to go back to the side of Mike Hart.
There we go.
And Mike was making a run for the big belt, which Lance Malibu had at the time. Yep. Which we almost got to. And I can remember people crying tears when the second referee came out and the first referee said, no, it's a disqualification. It was a whole deal where people were crying because Mike gave a big speech, and that was crazy. The emotions were running wild.
That was quite a
where was I going with that?
I remember the Mike Hart night when he dedicated to his father, who was very ill at the time and ended up passing. And him and Lance had a match where they were just back and forth and beat the piss out of each other. And Mike kept firing back and fighting back. And he knocked the referee down by accident. And then he finally got the sharpshooter, I believe it was on Lance, or he got something on Lance. Got the big win. The crowd erupted, and then the referee took it away. And like you said, there's grown men weeping in the crowd, and I thought that was one of the most amazing tells to how Mike went from being someone no one knew in Kitchener to being one of their heroes, and that was a huge time for me.
Yeah, just amazing. And then, of course, I'd gotten hurt and tore the quads in both my legs, which is why I became commissioner the first time.
Yep.
But I left that role when I was better, and then recently was commissioner again, but no longer the bad guy, which upset Joey, and Joey turned on me, and we had this whole thing. But the second run as commissioner, I really appreciated it because I'd had a lot more experience. I was in PWA for about 6 years now. And to come out there and be making the matches, and I was more free to interact with the crowd and walk around through the crowd, and I no longer had to worry about being stabbed or garbage thrown at me. It was nice to go back to being a friendly face there.
And you made a lot of great matches. A lot of great talent came in during that time. And then once again, your health came at you. It's the first time you blew your quads playing catch with Lenny Lilac and Jeff Black. And then the second time, just life caught up and you had to go through a whole bunch of things. And that's kind of what put you to where you are now, dealing with all kinds of health. But give us an update.
Okay, well, so what happened was during the last year, I'd separated a rib, which was pushing against my chest, causing a lot of pain. And I'd had a heart surgery in 2007. So we were concerned about that, which turned out I'm fine from that. But also at the same time, I pulled an abdominal muscle and then experienced some internal bleeding and things like that. So the doctor said I got to stay away from the wrestling. And I've always believed, I can't be in the show at all if I can't take a bump. If I can't even take a bump, I don't deserve to be there. So I was pretty much saying my goodbyes. Today, I was at the surgeon because I'm going for one final round of tests, but he told me that everything looks good. We're just doing the tests just to make sure. And he gave me the go ahead. I could even go back to wrestling now if I want. Now I'm pretty much 100% healthy again.
How do you feel about that?
I feel really good about that because I wasn't expecting it. It had already come to terms with, okay, I'm done. And I didn't want to do a big thing like, hey, everybody, I'm done. This is going to be my last thing. I'm just going to quietly step into the shadows. And then I come to 365 in Guelph, which I also thought I could just hide back in the shadows. But a lot of the fans came talk to me and they want to see me get back in there, but I hadn't been to the doctor yet. And it was creating a lot of emotions in me. Like, oh yeah, I wish I could get back in there, but who knows? I don't know if I'm dying or what. But that news I got from the surgeon today, that's amazing. And now once again, I'm looking ahead with a clean slate thinking, I don't know, anything could happen now.
It's pretty awesome. I'm really happy for you because I know you were getting a little bit not depressed, but just sad that you couldn't do what you love to do. And now with the clean bill of health, you can come back. And like you said, who knows what you're going to get up to in 365 Pro Wrestling. You've done it all in PWA, so maybe it's a new client, maybe it's a new direction, maybe it is a commissioner. We don't know yet. But the fact that there's opportunity for you is pretty amazing.
Yeah, and I'm very thankful for that. And 365 Pro Wrestling, what an amazing show that was. I was so glad to be there for the debut in Guelph, Ontario.
I really like those shows. I think they went off very well. We sold out in Guelph again, and we hope to continue to do that, and we hope you're part of that. So where can fans find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter, is probably the best place, at Corwin1, CORWYN, and the number 1 on Twitter. And you can watch a lot of my stuff on YouTube if you can search for Corey Spade or Corey Hart PWA Wrestling. But yeah, Twitter or Instagram is CorwinDKK.
Awesome. All right, man, we're going to end this episode because we like to keep them short, and we want to have you on again, and we hope you'll come out to the next 365 show and see what happens.
All right, thanks very much, Eddie. And yeah, I definitely will be at the next 365 show.